From the forgotten pages of the Book of Good and Evil comes a dark force wreaking havoc on an unsuspecting world. This evil horde strikes terror in even the staunchest hearts and has come to be known as warriors. Led by the walking, talking Tower of Destruction, Plague. No one is more reckless, more ravishing than the Raven. He's too hot to handle, he's Pyro. The biggest chip off the Rock of Gibraltar, Lady Battleaxe. The Duke of Doom, he's your worst nightmare. The Royal Good Girl, gone bad, Princess Malice. The utter state of confusion, he's Chaos. And a truly dangerous snake in the grass, Venom! And I, the Lord of Rules and Discipline, bring you the most skillful teams of modern-day knights to do battle once again in the final challenge against the Despicable Warriors. Representing the gold team from Woodland Hills, California, this waiter, Frank Enderly, and his teammate, Holland Hill, a photographer from San Francisco, picture themselves victorious against the Warriors. For the purple team, this aerobics instructor, Kathy Perry, and her partner, future Los Angeles Sheriff, Michael Johnson, hope to top the grand prize. These teams shall vie for knighthood in a whirling battle where but one couple shall reap the riches of sweet victory. There is no turning back. The time has come for knights and warriors.
You're looking at the original House of Pain, the Warrior Dome, battleground for today's explosive competition. Hello again, everybody. I'm Joe Fowler. We're ready, excited, set, and you are too, I know it. This is the day we've been waiting for, the Royal Finals. Today's battling teams have fought brilliantly in the past. In fact, they have had a long road of competition. They have won their respective round one preliminaries. They went ahead and they won their second round face-offs. And they've been through the semifinals as well. It has led them to this, the Royal Finals. This is the one for all the marbles. And I had the pleasure to be able to call all the action from right up here in the tower and then down there in the dome. Adding her insight to this exciting competition is Lisa Canning. Lisa!
Hey, Joe, this is it. This is the one, the super daddy of them all, the Super Bowl of mayhem. Yes, you just know the Warriors are going to be at their worst. I'm talking brutal, I'm talking vicious, I'm talking bloodthirsty, among other things. Now, the Knights have proven themselves time and time again. Let's just hope they can do it one more time. Back to you, Joe.
And here they come, those terrifying terrorists of the Warrior Dome, the Warriors. Like the competing Knights, they too feel they have something to prove today. Who will reign superior, the Knights or the Warriors? The last thing the Warriors want is to be embarrassed on their own home field, especially in the Royal Finals. Are you ready? Strap on the seatbelt. Here we go. The Royal Final action begins with battle swords.
This tall platform houses 2 mechanical treadmills. Each competitor must keep running while striking each other with their padded swords. If a knight knocks off the warrior first, 50 points are earned. If both are still standing at the end of this 30-second tournament, the knight will receive 25 points.
The gold team's Frank Enderly will go first. Frank Enderly is a 26-year-old waiter from Woodland Hills, California. He's 5'10", weighs 170 pounds. His opponent, none other than that evil bone-crushing slayer, Nightmare.
Break it, Michael. I want you. This is my event. You think you can beat me? Don't make me laugh. Oh, now you did it. You made me laugh. Oh.
If you followed Frank Enderly throughout the tournament, you know why we like to call him Frank Adrenaline. He's a go-getter. Here we go. We are ready for battle swords. He's a go-getter, and you can see him taking a beating and dishing it out as well. He's 70 pounds lighter than Nightmare, and he's crossed the line and fallen down. Maybe a little bit too aggressive. Frank Enderly is down. One more look. There's an unwritten law that says when you cross over the Warriors' side of the treadmill, you're going to pay the price. Nightmare has to hurdle Frank as he goes off the deep end. Frank Enderle's inexperience in battle swords showed, so now let's see what the purple team's Michael Johnson can do. He is taking his place on the platform. Let's check out his stats. Michael Johnson's a 23-year-old movie prop man, now training to become a Los Angeles County Sheriff. He's 6 feet, 219 pounds from Canoga Park, California. Here we go. Let's see what he can do against everyone's worst nightmare. 30 on the clock. Nightmare beat him in 5 seconds in the first round. He doesn't forget that, too. And Johnson's all over the platform. Scraping, trying to stay on. He will not last. It took 10 seconds this time for Nightmare, and he never broke a sweat. Well, if the Knights weren't aware, they surely are now that when it comes time for the Royal Finals, the Warriors kick it up a notch. It's intensity, folks. Here's your scoreboard. Not a single point scored. The male Knights are a little embarrassed to that. The female Knights will try to pick it up. 0-0, gold and purple. All right, let's keep things rolling with a nasty little wheel of misfortune we call the Sorcerer's Wheel.
This giant wheel will be spinning in one direction while the Knight runs in the opposite direction, trying to complete as many laps as she can. Each time the Knight passes the lap counter, 10 points will be earned. This is a 45-second event.
Now, we've also added this huge, ugly, spiked death ball that the Warriors are going to use in an attempt to knock the Knights right off the wheel.
Don't think of the giant mace as something that'll hurt you. Think of it as a giant piñata. Yeah, that's it. Something you crack your head open to get all the goodies inside. Yum, 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 yum.
It's the women only, but remember that the points they earn will be added to their team scores. Now, first up to take a spin at the wheel will be the gold team's Holland Hill. Let me give you some stats on Hill. She's a 22-year-old photographer from San Francisco. She stands 5'8", weighs 120 pounds, and as she steps to the wheel, she is not so kindly greeted by our Lady Warriors, Princess Malice, Venom, Raven, Lady Battleaxe. This will be the first time Holland is competing in the Sorcerer's Wheel. Through all the different rounds, she never competed in the wheel. She's not really playing it right. You got to get a whole lap to get the points, and she's too busy worried about Lady Battleaxe at the Warrior windup. Holland's got to go ahead and pass it by. This will not accomplish anything. There'll be no points unless you complete a lap, and you can see Holland is deathly afraid of the wheel. Holland's inexperience at the wheel is showing. This is not good for the Knights. Just an embarrassing run. A terrible run by Holland Hill. Here's your replay. Right now you're looking at 240 pounds of sheer terror, 120 pounds of stark fear. Well, tell me, what would you do with a 75-pound mace staring you in the face? Lady Battleaxe thinks it's a comedy. She's laughing it up. And now it's time for the purple team's Kathy Perry to take her place at the wheel. Kathy's a 26-year-old aerobics instructor from West Hills, California. She's 5'9", 135 pounds. She's a strong runner, and she saw what happened to Holland. A chance to score some points. 45 on the clock. Remember last week she was sideswiped 8 seconds into it. She vows not to let that happen again. Already coming around for her first lap. 33 seconds and counting. She's got lap number 1. That's 10 points. So far the Warrior windup hasn't been seen. Here comes the windup, and it misses wide. Oh, but Kathy Perry let it affect her, and off the wheel she went. Too bad. 10 points. Well, I'll guarantee you the Knights will get rid of the jitters and we'll get going here. We have an easy one to figure out. It reads, Purple Knights of Johnson and Perry, 10. Our gold team of Enderle and Hill, nothing. Welcome back to the Royal Final. In medieval times, a young squire had to display great courage in the face of mortal danger in order to achieve knighthood. Well, in our next event, all the participants must exhibit adeptness at ball handling and valor in the face of their arch enemies, the Warriors. The game is Catapult. Lisa Canning will explain.
In this event, the Knights must catch these red balls fired from the catapult and then toss them through the ring of fire while dodging these yellow fastballs being blasted at them by 2 giant slingshots. The Knights can earn 50 or 25 points for each successful throw in the 60-second event.
The Knights have entered the arena. We're all set for the start. Wait a minute, there's Pyra. You know what? The Ring of Fire has not been lit. It looks like he's carrying the Olympic torch. But being bad to the bone is not an Olympic event. The Warriors would win it if it was. Watch this! And it is Pyra who spews crowd indeed loves it. All right, let's set the lines. Chaos and Plague will be manning the catapult. Nightmare and the fiery pyro behind the slingshots.
I love the catapult. Every so often, I climb into the basket and I shoot myself out there. At first, all the knights can see is this. They think it's another ball. Then just at the moment of impact, I lift my head up and say, surprise, surprise, surprise.
That is a scary thought. Enderly in gold, Johnson in purple, 60 on the clock. This is catapult. Enderly does not get the first one. It is Johnson who has it at the 50, takes a couple of balls and misses. There's Enderly throwing wide. Enderly's averaged 133 points in catapult. Johnson grabs it at the 50. They both throw. They both miss. This has become one of our most physical events. There's Enderly. He's tackled by Johnson. They both lose the ball. Johnson has it at the 50. He throws wide. Here comes Enderly dipping in behind Johnson. He does not take a bullet. Still throwing. Still missing. 27 and counting. Johnson aims, fires. It hits the back of the castle. They are wild. Oh, Enderly takes 3 balls to the face and throws. Yes! 17 again. He's got another one. Misses low. Johnson right behind him. They're bombarding him. Another shot. 10 seconds to go. It's 100-0 Frank Enderly. 7 seconds. Johnson in the rear. Enderly up front. Fires. It sticks into the ring of fire. Johnson follows with one load. As the red ball burns along the ring of fire, we tell you it was 100-0. Take another look. Frank and Michael pulled out all the stops. Unfortunately for them, they stopped right in front of the Warriors' barrage of belly busters. Look out. Boom. The Warriors are more aggressive than I've ever seen them before. Here we go with the ladies. Battle Axe and Venom are now manning the slingshots. Raven and Princess Malice will be launching those red balls from the catapult. For Holland and Kathy, as they enter the arena, what they have to think of here is points. Their teams need points, and that means brave the 50-point danger zone. 60 on the clock. The male Warriors will help the Lady Warriors out. That's the disadvantage to the Lady Knights. Here comes Perry. She takes a shot to the face. She fires off the ring of fire. It bounces out like a field goal bouncing off the goalpost. It's no good. Here comes both Hill and Perry. Perry braves the front. Dodges, throws, oh, just to the right, 38 and counting. You can see Perry reaching for her face. She might have taken it to the face and it affects her. She bows down. They're both down. Perry picks up the red ball in the 50. She's going to shoot. She fires again off the ring. Holland Hill back in the no man's land. Now to the 25, the 50. She'll fire and lob one. It is not good. She too takes a hit. Holland Hill does not have goggles. Neither does Perry. They elected not to keep them on. They're back in the back. It's 0-0. 12 seconds to go. They are fighting for some points. Here comes Kathleen Perry. It's low. Perry did not score in catapult in the semis. It doesn't look like either's going to score again now. 1 second left. Nothing doing. There are no balls that score. Take another look. Tons of close shots for Kathy and Holland, but it was the Warriors who were getting all the shots. Ouch! And the hits just keep on coming.
They didn't have a chance, and they're supposed to be the best.
They're weak, useless do-gooders. That'll teach you to be good. Losers. They were so bad they couldn't even see straight.
Yeah. Always a pleasure. Back to you, Joe.
The Warriors are continuing to dominate on their home turf. The intensity is unbelievable. Our score remains very close. Take a look. The gold team of Enderly and Hill, 100. Our Purple Knights of Johnson and Perry, 10. The Royal Final now continues with an event that can take a would-be knight to the top of the heap or send him plunging to the bottom. Are you ready for Volcano? We are. Here's Lisa to tell us how it's played.
2 knights will attempt to scale this 30-foot meshed mountain. 4 caged warriors will be inside the volcano waiting to erupt and ultimately disrupt the knights' brave climb to the top. There are 4 scoring zones worth 25, 50, 75, and 100 points for reaching the top. This is a 30-second event for the men and 45 seconds for the ladies.
Oh, this is a strenuous event. It requires great upper body strength. Frank and Michael hope they can muscle their way up to the top, right? But bubbling inside this dangerous mountain, you have Nightmare, Pyro, Chaos, and Plague. The Knights are rigged with safety harnesses. They have helmets, pads, non-stick mitts. They hate those things. Those mitts don't help. Here we go. Enderly in gold, Johnson in purple. It's Pyro that's going to do the slamming. He tries to take a token shot at Johnson. No, he misses Enderly. He does hit Johnson up above the waist. Johnson's made it to the top 2 out of 3 rounds. And you can see Pyro's picking on Johnson. They're both in the 50 zone. Pyro being swung back and forth by Plague and Chaos. It's Nightmare who's pulling him up. 5 seconds to go. You can see that Johnson struggles to get 75. 1 second to go. And we are finished. Johnson did not get his 75. Both Knights finished with 50 points. You know, things were looking up for Michael Johnson. He thought he would reach the top, but Pyro wanted him to hit bottom. What did he do? Banging him left and right.
Hey, Michael, I thought Pyro was kind of picking on you. He really laid it into you.
Yeah, I was trying to use pull-ups, and I got popped when I was pulling, and I had to regroup, and it made it difficult.
Frank, do you have any advice for Holland just getting ready to come in?
Yeah, just get your footing, because that's the problem I have with the footing, and just foot and go. Foot and go.
Foot and go. All right. Let's see what the ladies are going to do. They are next. Back to you, Joe.
Well, the Knights are trying to climb over 30 feet of rugged rope. And now it's the ladies' turn. They got to make their climb. But inside the Tower of Doom, you have Lady Battleaxe, Raven, Venom, and Princess Malice. They'll be trying to slow the Lady Knights from making their way to the top. It's one big bad volcano. Holland Hill in gold, Kathy Perry in purple, 45 and counting, and it is Malice who's going to do the slamming. She gives Perry a gut, and she's going to go after Perry again. She's going for the midsection. You can see Holland Hill struggling in the 25, so it's up to Malice to go after Perry. Perry's in the 50. She pushes her back. Perry almost loses her footing on Mount St. Hel. Again, Perry snaps back. Another shot at Perry. 18 seconds. Perry climbing up, trying for 75. Trying to help her team. They're down by 90. Look at Perry go. 9 seconds and counting. It's Malice and Perry. Malice and Perry. 4 seconds. Malice trying to grab Perry. That's it. Kathy Perry, 75 points. As the volcano is dropped at the Warrior Dome, we get ready for our next event. Kathy Perry did quite a job, didn't she, in Volcano? She reached in and picked up 75 points. Here's your scoreboard. Our Gold Knights are leading. Enderly and Hill, 200. The Purple Knights, Johnson and Perry, 135.
Wheels screeching, Knights screaming, it's rollers out when we return for more Knights and Warriors.
Welcome back to Knights and Warriors. Tight game. Gold by 65. It's going to get good here. We move on to one of the premier events. No secret now, you know inline skating is quickly becoming one of the most popular sports of the nation, right? But not the way we play it. Just wait till you see what I mean. Watch this. It's called roller joust.
Hey, Pyro, this is it. Our last chance to put the Knights away for good. Yeah, and we're going to take their heads off.
Man, just put it to the body.
What body?
The injured man.
Oh, you're a little early. We haven't even started yet. But don't worry, we'll get you some customers. Oh, Frankie! Mikey!
Oh, Frankie is up first. Frank Adrenaline is what I call him. Frank Enderly for the gold team. He'll take the center of the track. And you can see that Pyro and Chaos already have their head start. I've never seen them so pumped. Pyro and Chaos I'm talking about. Here comes Enderly. He's quickly out going for a 10, and he doesn't get it. A second one, he misses that too. The 25 gold is what he does get. Forget the highway free zone because he's not going to go to the Warrior free area. He wants points. There's another 25. He rimmed it and lost it. Another 10. He's got Pyro in front. Here comes Chaos for the sandwich. Frank Enderly was squeezed at the 23-second mark. Take a look. Oh, Frank showed some real guts. He attempted to make the right move, but Frank, sorry, that's the wrong time. Chiropractors everywhere are licking their chops. Frank had 125 in the face-off, 120 in the semis. They're coming tougher. The points are a lot tougher in this one. Michael Johnson for the Purple Knights. He is now ready. He's in the center of the ring, and he is going to have himself a battle. Pyro and Chaos circle the track. 45 on the clock. There's the gong. The Warrior Free Zone in effect for the first 15 seconds. Chaos takes a ring off of the stack. That's not right. He's got 35 and counting. Another 10. Another 10. 55. 65. It's already a good run. Oh, he missed the 25. He keeps getting those 10s. You can see Chaos move to the left side. That was a mistake. Here comes the 25, and here comes Pyro. Trying to bring him down, and he does. But not before Johnson picks up 100 points. And that inches the Purple Knights just a little bit closer. Here's your score. It's 275 to 235, a 40-point lead for our Gold Knights. All right, while the Knights are catching their breath, how about you and I head down into the bowels of the Warrior Dome? The Warrior Den, in fact.
Hey, Chaos! What? Get over here! You gotta check out the Warrior Emergency Kit. Yeah, let's see. We've got bandages, blankets, K-rations. What are we missing? Where's the flashlight? Where's the road fires? Hey, no problemo.
Welcome back to the Royal Final of Knights and Warriors. We got a great contest going on here. In fact, the lead is just 40 points. And the ladies are about to test their skills on roller joust. First up, for the gold team, Holland Hill. And while she makes her way to the center of the track and pursues the rings, she will be shadowed by Venom and Battle Axe.
Hey, did you hear what those dorky little knights said?
What?
They said they're gonna take us out.
Take us out? They hardly know us.
A little warrior humor, right? All right, Holland Hill in the middle. Battle Axe and Venom will start circling. Remember what Holland Hill did in the semifinal round in roller joust? She scored 135 points. They could use a bunch like that right now. She scored more points than anyone competing today. Here goes Holland. She's going for 10, and she's got it. Another gold ring for 25. Yes. Will she use the Warrior Free Zone? Yes, she does. But be careful, because Battle Axe is right behind her. She'll go for 10. Here comes Battle Axe. Battle Axe is a 10 escape. Battle Axe brings her down. I don't know if Holland knew what was rumbling up behind her. Take another look. Then again, I'll bet she does. She's breaking away, but you know she's panicking because she hears the pitter-patter of little Battle Axe's rolling thunder. See ya. The Knights always seem to underestimate Lady Battle Axe and her ability to maneuver on skates. I think Kathy Perry's now down there, and she will be aware of the fact that Battle Axe is right there, as is Venom. 45 on the clock. Perry and her team are down. They need some points. 85 to tie. Perry's going to wait for Venom to come by. She's using the Warrior Free Zone. The Warriors cannot travel the X lane until the first 15 are over with. There's a 10. Here's a 25 for 35. She's going to tail Venom. That's a good move. She'll stay right on Venom's tail. And Venom has to keep moving forward. Venom does try to grab her. And Venom did grab her. As she continued to move forward, Venom got her. Never stopped. It was a legal move. Let's go to our scoreboard. I want to get out of that mess right there. It's 320 for the gold team. The Purple Knights have 290. This has been an exciting Royal Final, and I hate to say this, but it's true. The Warriors are holding their own in a very heated battle. Things are bound to get even hotter with our next event. It's Tug of Warriors. Here's Lisa to explain.
The object of this event is to pull the warrior off the swivel pedestal in 30 seconds or less. If the knight is successful, 100 points will be awarded. If both the knight and the warrior survive, the knight will be awarded 50 points.
This is an individual event with just the men competing. For the gold team, they'll go first, and it'll be Frank Enderly being lifted up to that pedestal. And folks, he has to face the plague. Enderly about to strap on the rope. Tug of Warriors. Tug spelled backwards is gut. It's going to take a gut check from Enderly, and here we go. 30 seconds. He's never competed in Tug of Warriors. In every round he's watched. This is the first for Enderly. He's leaning forward. He's in serious trouble, and he's down. It took just 8 seconds. One more look. Plague really got the jump on Frank. Frank runs out of line. He tips forward. He's history into the fog, and you can see who has the last laugh. And now the purple team's Michael Johnson is lifted up to the pedestal. Remember, Michael beat Pyro. In the past rounds, he beat Pyro and Chaos. He has never faced the Plague. 30 on the clock. This is Tug of Warriors. This is brute strength. The ultimate one-on-one. And Johnson is pulling Plague. Johnson is pulling Plague. Plague is leaning back. So's Johnson. The pedestals are swiveling. We've got 17 seconds. You can see Johnson. He's pulling Plague. Will he knock him down? Plague off balance. Johnson leaning low, keeping the low center of gravity. Now Plague is getting the better of Johnson. Johnson running out of rope. 5 seconds to go. Johnson's got another shot to bring Plague down within 2 seconds. Who will fall? Neither of them go down. That is a victory in essence for Michael Johnson. He'll take 50 points to the bank. Take another look. I'll tell you, Michael really is frustrated in this event because he was sure he could topple Plague. But no one is more frustrated than Plague.
Congratulations, Michael. Now in the lead, 50 points for you. Now, you didn't get Plague down. Why?
He's pretty strong up there. I had a hard time trying to pull, and he was letting go when I was pulling, and it was battle. It was tough.
Well, you stand on your feet, too, so you're pretty tough as well. We got another heat coming up, so let's go back to the Fowler Tower.
I'll tell you what, Michael Johnson's the most prolific knight when it comes to Tug of Warriors. The best we've seen all season. 2 wins and a standoff. Not too shabby. Here's your score. They do have the lead by 20, 340 to 320. All right, the action doesn't stop there. We move on to a super tough event. The Knights love it, and they hate it. They love it because they can score some big points. They hate it because of its unpredictability. Besides that, someone can get hurt. It's the pit. Here's Lisa to explain.
This tough event is played in a 25-foot bowl where the Knights will go head-to-head in a fast and furious shoving match. The object in this 30-second event is to stay on your feet while pushing your opponent down in one of the 4 score zones around the perimeter, worth 25, 50, and 75 points. No points are scored in the red center zone.
Let me make this clear for you. A Knight is considered down if he or she falls on their seat, their back, or their shoulders. Adding muscle to this madness will be all 4 Warriors. They love every minute of this. Now, Frank and Michael, they've got their protective gear on. They have their padding. They got to break through that wall of Warriors. Look at the Warriors. They kind of throw them into the deep dish. They're ready for this. 30 on the clock. The purple team is up by 20, and here they go. Enderly, 5'10", 170 pounds. Johnson, 6 foot, 219. Look at the aggressive Enderly. Frank adrenaline trying to get up, but look at Johnson. He's pushing him back down. Johnson has averaged 100 points in 3 rounds of the pit. 12 seconds and counting. They're back down again. Somebody pushed somebody in points out. It looks like they got it. Yes. Johnson gets 25 points. They're back at it. Enderly's lost his padding. 1 second left. That's it. A valuable 25 extra points going to the purple team, courtesy of Michael Johnson. Take another look at the pin. What a show put on by the Warriors. They almost rocked the pit over. And all that could be scored because of this was 25 points for Michael Johnson. There's the pin right there.
Woo! You guys were really going at it in there. I'm surprised you're still standing.
Dude, they're shaking up that thing like you would not believe. It was fun, though.
Michael, you picked up 25, though. Good for you.
Yeah, hopefully it's enough to carry me to the next event. It was hard. It was tough.
Well, the ladies are still up and coming, so let's head back to Joe because I think they're about ready to go.
Hey, that 25 points gives the purple team a 45-point lead. That's big in this event. Now we're going to see how Holland and Kathy fare. The Femme Warriors are manning the pit.
Did Joe Fowler say we were manning the pit? We don't man things, we unman them. Yeah, Fowler!
Yeah.
If looks could kill, I'd be a dead man. The rules are the same for the ladies, and so are the pitfalls. The Warriors have broken their huddle. They're ready to rock the pit. Look at them grab for the ladies. They know this is going to be brutal. 30 seconds on the clock. The Purple Knights ahead by 45. Kathy Perry, 15 pounds heavier than Holland Hill, and Hill is down. 25 and counting. We had a pin. We heard the whistle. We'll wait for the point total. 20 seconds and counting. It's 25 points for Perry. They're in the middle. Holland Hill has a terrible time with this event. She has tremendous difficulties keeping her balance. I wonder why. Yeah, I think the Lady Warriors has something to do with it. Kathy Perry pushes Holland near the 75 mark. Holland breaks out of it, much to her credit. 1 second left. That's it. 25 more points for the Purple Knights. Kathy Perry, the winner in this round.
Look at the highlights. Holland Hill has had her difficulties in this event, but today she stood her ground and held Kathy Perry to only 25 points.
So our Purple Knights go 2-0 in the pit. Each of them scored 25 points. But is it enough? Here's your score. Not a big lead. Johnson and Perry, 390. Enderle and Hill, 320. Lisa, we've seen 7 of the most grueling events imaginable. And I'll tell you what, the Warriors have controlled the tempo, the pace, and the intensity.
Absolutely. As a result, Joe, the Knights have been very tentative. Boy, you can just feel the pressure they've got to be under. But in the next event, the Warriors have little control.
The final event, Target Onslaught. It's played in 2 parts. The entire Warrior Dome is converted into a huge shooting gallery. In the first part, one teammate has 30 seconds to hit 6 floor targets. And the weapon of choice? This specially designed power crossbow. The archer will be trying to earn time rather than points. Starting with a minimum 30 seconds in the bank, each hit is worth an extra 5 seconds. 1 hit pushes the total to 35, 2 hits to 40 seconds, and so on. That total is then passed on to the shooter's teammate for the second half.
In the second part, the other teammate must hit the high-flying, onslaughting Warriors as they zigzag their way toward the shooter. A Warrior hit on the first slide is worth 150 points, second 100 points, and the last closest slide is worth 50 points.
The purple team of Kathy Perry and Michael Johnson will go first. They're leading by just 70 points. Kathy's going to shoot first. This is a team that scored 300 points in Target Onslaught last week. They're capable of big points. The first hot target's the Dragon. Boom! She got it. Now the left horse, just missing the left horse. Another shot taken. Again, just misses. You're going after the moving target. Another miss. 18 seconds and counting. She's got 1 target. Got it! Here comes another shot now at the moon. She's got 2 targets, 10 extra seconds for her partner. The moon is the hot target. 8 seconds and counting. She's off. A reload by Johnson. The shot by Perry, no. 4 seconds. Yes! Here's the right horse. She's got 3 targets. A very good round for Kathy Perry. She picks up 15 extra seconds for her teammate. Michael Johnson steps to the power crossbow. His sights are set at the taunting Warriors. 45 on the clock. A chance to increase the lead and win the Royal Finals. Here we go. The shot at Nightmare for 150 was just short. He got him. 150 points. 36 and counting. Another shot at Raven for 100. No. He just misses Malice for 150. Reloads and fires at Malice again. He gets Pyro for 100. He quickly reloads and goes again for Pyro. You gotta give Kathy Perry credit. She's reloading. That one splits Battle Axe. Nothing doing. 250 on the clock. Another shot at Battle Axe. No. 17 to go. Another reload. Aim. Fire. Does not get Nightmare for 100. Shoots again. 11 seconds and counting. He got him. 350 points. Another shot is missed at Pyro. Here's a second one. Oh, yes.
He picks up 50 more for a total of 400 points. And there's the gong. Michael Johnson taking pot shots at individual Warriors. You see the total, 790 points. They have a 470-point lead. And take a look again. It was mighty fancy shooting, Tex. He goes for the big points and connects with Nightmare on his second try right there. Pyro then says, come on, hit me. Well, you got it. He did. There's 100 more. Nightmare gets hit on his return trip, and Pyro tries to slip by, but is caught for 50 more.
Oh, no. You're not leaving. Oh, we got great pressure coming up for Frank and Holland. Stay where you are. We'll see if they can take the lead and win the Royal Finals as the conclusion of Knights and Warriors comes your way next. This is it. The gold team of Frank Enderle and Holland Hill will now try to win the tournament and win the Royal Finals. Remember, they need 470 plus 1 to win it. Holland's going to shoot first, and the first part is crucial. Without a good score here, her partner will have to do some fancy shooting. Here we go. The first hot target is the Dragon. Yes, she got it. A quick start. Now going for the Sun with 24 and counting. It's a slow reload. They're going to have to speed that up a little bit. Bring it up a little more. She's got 1 target. She's flailing away, and it's awfully high. Missing the mark. Keep missing the mark. 14 and counting. She's just off. Another shot. No. 10 seconds. Yes. She's got 2. Going for the moon. Yes! A good shot. She's got 3. Going for the left horse. 2 seconds to go. One more shot, maybe. A good round. Time's up. 3 targets hit, meaning 15 extra seconds passed on to Frank Enderle. Enderle will step to the power crossbow. They need 470 for the tie. Remember, he hit 150 in 4 seconds in the semis. He's a dead end. Here come the Warriors. A shot for Plagan, 150, no. Quick reload, another shot, no. 8 wicked Warriors zigzagging across the dome. There's a bounty on their heads. Just missing 30 seconds. He's got to get 450 at least and then 500 to win. No score. Missing chaos for 150. There's not only a bounty on their heads, it's one on their legs, their rears, their bellies. Just hit them anywhere. A shot high, 15 and counting. He's trying to go deep. He knows he's in trouble now. Hitting off the rail. Yes, he got Plank for 100. But he needs a lot more in the next 6 seconds. He needs more. He misses Venom. Another shot at Venom. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The Purple Knights of Kathy Perry and Michael Johnson. They have won it all. They're the champions of Knights and Warriors. They have won the Royal Final.
Well, guys, all I can say is just making it here to the Royal Finals, you guys are at the top. You're great athletes. We had a wonderful time getting to know both of you, and we had some wonderful moments. How about you? Highlights, Holland?
Target Onslaught in the last game that we won was pretty exciting.
Well, you know, I had a lot of fun. You know, we were not really expected to come this far. I got nicknamed the Scrapper because we scrapped some points. We really hung in there, and we had a lot of fun. I had a lot of, you know, fun with all the guys, all the crew. Those Warriors, they wore me down. They did. They're tough. They're really tough. It doesn't look that hard on TV, but when you get out here and play this game, tell you, it kicks some butt.
They have a way of doing that to people. Thank you both very much for being here. We really appreciate it. And let's get a hand for him. How about that? Yeah? Michael, highlights?
I tried out against a lot of people going into it. They weren't as big as me, and I wanted to prove that, you know, being big doesn't mean you can't be an athlete, and I think I did a great job.
Kathy?
Well, I tell you, some of the highlights in this game for me is probably Volcano reaching the top and grabbing that flag, because it's really difficult to do. And I tell you, it is tough. I didn't expect to make it this far. We worked hard, and I'm just glad that we did. We had a good time.
Thank you both very much. You got your medals to get here in just a little bit, so enjoy, and thank you both. All right.
Congratulations to Kathy Perry and Michael Johnson. You did it! You went all the way. What a great battle. In fact, the largest lead of this competition came at the very end. It was that close. Now, let's turn our attention to the center of the arena where Kathy and Michael will receive their awards from the Lord of Rules and Discipline.
Kathy Perry and Michael Johnson, you have nobly defeated your opponents and the evil horde of warriors. I hereby grant you knighthood. Stand proud and wear your colors honorably as I dub you Sir Michael Johnson and Lady Kathy Perry. Loyal subjects of the Warrior Dome, 3 cheers for these gallant champions. Hip, 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 hip.
Perry and Michael Johnson are Royal Final champions. And think about it, Lisa. Over 3,000 men and women tried out to become knights. Less than 50 made it to this tournament. Only the best were here.
Do you think they'd do it again? I mean, they didn't have to face the Warriors till they got here.
And that's when they found out how tough it was.
Yes, they did.
But there's always someone out there that thinks they can beat a Warrior, right?
Good luck.
That's why we're going to have another show for you next week. We'll do it all over again. For Lisa Canning and this great crowd at the Royal Finals, I'm Joe Fowler. We'll see you next time on Knights and Warriors.